Now at 6, we'll take you to the Ottawa County Dog Show and meet one of the competitors. Plus, comic book fans in the 4 states gather at the Spiva Center for the Arts to share their love of fandom culture. And firefighters in Barrie County use technology to rescue a pair of lost hikers.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
2 people were injured after a crash near Seneca, Missouri last night. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Elise Noe. It happened just after 11 p.m. last night at the intersection of State Highway U and State Line Road. Authorities say a car failed to yield to an SUV, T-boned it, and caused it to overturn. 2 people in the SUV were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. No one in the car was hurt. Meteorologist Sam Lane joins us for a first look at weather.
All right, thank you very much, Elise. It's been a busy morning across the area with lots of showers and thunderstorms this morning, creating some severe weather, even some flash flood warnings in our area. But the storms have now moved down to the south in Oklahoma. But don't worry, there are more storms to come, especially up towards the north and west, and I'll show you that a little bit later. Look at the swath of heavy rain this morning across southeastern Kansas, which is where they definitely need it, stretching from just east of Fredonia down through Parsons, where there was a little bit of a maximum there in northeastern Labette County, then right across central Cherokee County, and that's where the flash flood warning was in effect until around noontime today. And we're going to see some more heavier rains later on tonight. But this evening, we're going to see temperatures dropping through the 80s to about 69 degrees by tomorrow morning. And here comes the rain chances. As we go through the next 24 hours, we're going to see the rain chances increasing as we go into the overnight hours, especially down in northeastern Oklahoma. Some of those storms could be strong tonight. A cooler Monday shaping up, a mild Tuesday, and then more chances of showers on Wednesday. And I'll have all the details in your forecast in just a bit.
We'll see you soon. Kids in Miami got the chance to show off their skills as trainers as they competed in the Ottawa County Fair Dog Show. Competitors from ages 7 to 18 showed off their skills and the training of their pups in events like Showcase, Obedience, and Agility. 18-year-old Alexis and her poodle Mocha are breaking in their first year competing with each other.
It takes a lot of patience. It teaches you how to deal with different situations. Like if your dog is scared of a teeter-totter, then it's different than if they just don't listen.
Alexis began competing for 7 years and hopes to continue working with animals as a career. The Joplin Pop Culture Convention, or JOMOCon, took place today at the Spiva Center for the Arts. The convention is a great way for local fans of gaming, anime, comics, and much more to come together. The event also welcomes local artists and to show their talents and be a part of all the fun.
I don't want to become gigantic. I mean, one of the reasons we did this is because not everyone can drive to Kansas City and pay $100 to go to the big ones, right? So we want to let it grow and become sustainable and stay unique with bringing in the local culture as well as the anime and gaming and all that stuff. Yeah, we just want to keep perfecting it and bringing stuff that will give people in this area a reason to come together and hang out.
The event also raised money through ticket sales for the Children's Center of Southwest Missouri. The Mizra Shriners in Pittsburgh put together an event to help support their organization. With a $20 donation, you were able to come in and participate in multiple mini games for a chance to win one of the over 100 prizes offered.
Ask any Mason or any Shriner. You got to become a Mason before you can be a Shriner. So any Shriner would be glad to help you get involved, get you started. All you got to do is ask one.
The Shriners organization is involved in many medical centers in the area and seeks to provide help to those in need. Competitors from around the 4 states and even some from further away gathered at the Frisco Trail in Joplin to compete in the Eliminator run. Competitors run 3 miles every 45 minutes until they are unable to continue. While many do it to either stay in shape or to help train themselves, some have a deeper reason for pushing their body to the limit.
I was active duty in the Army for 10.5 years and I lost a lot of brothers and sisters. and we lost close friends, and I run because they can no longer run, and I run for those who came home not in one piece and not whole, and so I run for them.
Heather was able to have her daughter, who is currently active duty military, to be there and support her daughter this race. We thank them both for their service. Well, firefighters say new technology was key to rescuing a pair of hikers lost in the Piney Creek Wilderness in Shell Knob. The hikers called 911, then the software tracked their phone signal. It only took an hour to find them, but their canines still sniffed them out first. Liam Garrity has the rest of the story.
You train a lot, and that's what you train for, is to be mission ready.
Scott Robert Shaw was the first firefighter to find the two missing hikers. But their canine Loki,
Being so good being calm, huh, buddy?
Yeah, you're a good dog. Yes, you are.
was there to sniff them out first.
He comes from a long line of search and rescue dogs. His grandma or breeder actually responded to 9/11.
Chief Rusty Rickard says Loki had some help from advanced technology.
It's worth its weight in gold so far.
Chief Rickard says usually they pull all their resources. That means canines, drones, ATVs, and more. But this location technology, called Sartopo, made this a swift recovery.
We send them a text, and then the software that we use pings their phone every few minutes. We're able to see where they are.
Rickard says the hikers thankfully had their phones charged and called 911. On the software, they can see the routes of where firefighters, canines, and hikers walked. The pinpoint GPS made them easy for Loki to find.
They kind of loved on Loki and kind of smiled, and you could tell they were ready to go.
Chief Rickard says the software is a couple $100 a year and life-saving. As for Loki, some much-needed relaxation.
He's a really good snuggler, and he just loves to play and be with people. So any adventure, he's up for it.
Officials say always tell people when and where you plan to hike, have a phone fully charged GPS device, and something to contact people and maps too. Coming up, authorities in Branson, Missouri are investigating the deaths of 2 people found in an apartment. Plus, an Oklahoma state lawmaker issues a statement regarding the Tulsa race massacre. We'll take a look. Branson police have started a death investigation. Detectives found 2 people dead inside an apartment. The property manager says she was called by a relative of one of the people here to do a welfare check. Once she opened the door, she says she saw 2 people dead and called the police. Authorities say that at this time there's no foul play suspected, but that could change after the autopsy, which is scheduled for Monday. This is still an open investigation. An Oklahoma state lawmaker has issued a clarification after saying the Tulsa race massacre was not motivated by racism. Andy Weber reports.
Well, I was shocked and dismayed with her being a former educator that she would make such a statement.
State Rep Jason Lowe sharing his first reaction after his colleague, Republican State Rep Sherry Conley, spoke with independent outlet The Frontier about what can and what can't be taught in the classroom under current state law. When asked about the Tulsa race massacre, Conley reportedly called the massacre a terrible tragedy, but it can't be known for sure if it was racism that caused the thoughts of the people that started the massacre.
The Tulsa race massacre in 1921 was an appalling act of violence by a white mob. So to deny its racial motivation ignores the painful truth of actually what happened on that day.
But this afternoon, Conley said she wanted to clarify what she said to The Frontier, that what she meant to say was she could never know another individual's, quote, true intent. Lowe argues the comments and subsequent clarification is why more needs to be done by the legislature to ensure teachers are allowed to adequately teach their students both the good and the bad.
We have to make sure we protect our teachers. We have to make sure our teachers understand that we support them 100% and we want them to teach our history accurately.
A little later, we'll take a look at how the extreme heat is impacting roads and motorists in Oklahoma.
And we got a little bit of a break from the heat today with all the showers and thunderstorms this morning. I'll be back to let you know if we have some more storms on the way in your forecast when we come back. Well, it turned out to be a pretty nice day after this morning's showers and thunderstorms and even a little bit of severe weather, but we will take the rainfall, that's for sure. And right now, let's take a look at the camera down in Seneca, Missouri, the Indigo Sky Casino Resort. As we put that in motion, you can see the rain this morning moving through in bands, and then this afternoon, the sun came out and things turned out to be a pretty nice day, and temperatures were much more comfortable. In fact, we only made it up to 86. Can you believe that? In early August, 69 was the low, which was normal. And look at the rainfall, 1.31 so far for the month. And believe it or not, we are actually ahead of rainfall for the month. But for the year, we're still about 9 2/3 behind on rainfall for the year. So we have a lot of catching up to do. Rain right now is all down in Oklahoma right now. But if we expand out, we have a new severe thunderstorm watch that has been issued until 1 o'clock for western Kansas and eastern Colorado. This is all going to turn into a big complex. And guess where that's headed? It's headed to the south and east, and that's going to make its way across south central Kansas and into our area late tonight and early tomorrow morning. So we have another round of rain potentially for our area. Temperatures right now are very pleasant, generally in the mid-50s, not mid-50s, mid-80s right now. 84 in Neosho, 83 in Anderson, also 83 down in Bentonville. Just a beautiful evening out there. Look at the sky. Lots of sunshine, a few clouds around. 85 right now in Joplin, feels like 88. Dew point is 67, and the pressure is currently falling. Rain chances over the next 36 hours are going to be highest after midnight and into the early morning hours, and then decreasing as we head through the rest of your Sunday. In fact, taking a look at the European model, as we go through tonight and all the way into Thursday, the European model is forecasting most areas are going to get around an inch of rain between now and then. And if this verifies, that would be a great thing. Severe weather, though, that's also a potential possibility tonight, especially in northeastern Oklahoma, extending all the way back up into the eastern plains of Colorado. And the greatest threat is going to be the high winds and heavy rainfall. That's a little bit on the elevated side, but I think most of that is going to stay down to the south in our northeastern Oklahoma counties. Looking at the upper level flow, we do have that one wave that's going to be coming by tonight. That moves away, and then we have another wave waiting in the wings that will start to move into our area as we go into Wednesday. So we have another chance of showers and storms as we go through the forecast, especially midweek. Temperatures tonight are going to be generally in the 70s, and here comes the showers and storms by about 2 a.m. And then as they go through by 4 a.m., they'll be down in northeastern Oklahoma. And then by 5 a.m., they're going to start to be moving away from us. And by 7 a.m., temperatures in the lower 70s. And then Sunday afternoon, pretty nice. Temperatures in the upper 80s to around 90. And then as we go into Monday morning, we'll see some northerly winds. And look at this, temperatures in the 60s in our area. And then Monday afternoon, a perfect day. Temperatures in the mid 80s, northwesterly winds, and drier conditions as well on the dew points. So it'll feel pretty comfortable out there. Here's the forecast, 86 on Monday and then 88 on Tuesday. And then another round of storms on Wednesday. And then as we go into Thursday and Friday, nicer with temperatures in the 90s. But at least that's normal for this time of year, with yet another round of rain possible next weekend.
More days like this, please.
Yes, I'll put in your order.
Well, extreme heat has caused some roads in central eastern Oklahoma to buckle. Brett Rains shows us what some motorists have been dealing with.
Right now here in Sequoia County, temperatures are hovering right around 100 degrees. But if you check the temperature of the road here, it's registering more than 120 degrees. And the highway department says the extreme temperatures can cause some roads to buckle, which is exactly what happened just outside of Vian.
During these heat waves that we get pretty much every summer, it can cause some wear and tear on our roadways.
This is what US Highway 64 looked like in Oklahoma between Vian and Sallisaw. The concrete and asphalt pushed up, buckling due to the heat.
Especially at the joints on these highways, or if there's a crack, the expanding concrete will rub against the other panel or the other surface, and that expansion, that heat, just causes the roadway to pop up or blow out, as we call it.
Crews worked since Sunday night to fix the trouble spot. It's now been patched with new asphalt. ODOT spokesperson TJ Gerlach says it's something highway and road departments deal with most summers, especially during heat waves. He says roads buckling or blowing out usually happens on older ones.
We get roughly 10 to 20 across the state every year. I've seen instances in Minnesota this year, since they have a pretty bad heat wave this year. The city of Tulsa actually yesterday had some road buckling issues as well.
In Crawford County, just outside of Van Buren, parts of Old Row Road are black, and it's not from tire wear. The county judge says the heat is causing the oil to rise to the surface of the chip and seal road that was redone last year, while parts of it are sticky and look like the asphalt is melting. The county judge says crews are monitoring it and that the road is okay for traffic.
Still ahead, Pittsburgh's American Legion baseball team competes at regionals this weekend. And new members are welcomed into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Brock Baldridge will break down the details next in sports.
The American Legion Post-64 Patriots are in Pelham, Alabama this week for the Mid-South Regionals. Now, Pittsburgh has made it to the semifinals, but they have to win this one in order to move on to the championship. Fortunately for Pittsburgh, today was not their day. The Post-64 Patriots lose to the defending American Legion champions of Troy, Alabama. Troy beats Pittsburgh 15-1 to move on to the championship game. However, Pittsburgh put up a great showing all week by going 2-2, one of the biggest American Legion baseball tournaments in the country. The Kansas City Chiefs continued training camp in St. Joe. The team will get Sunday off as they prepare for their first preseason game next week in New Orleans.
Listen, it was good work today. Today was a red zone day, a little bit shorter field, but the guys kept the intensity level up. I thought they did a nice job of competing.
Yeah, we're not going to fail catch, not in preseason. You know, if they kick the ball to us and we can get our hands on it, we want to return it. We want to find out what we have. We got to find out who can block, you know, and who can return.
We're going against the best offense in the NFL every day in and day out. We're getting their best shot. We're giving them our best shot. Me getting them have man coverage against Kelsey every day. I mean, shoot, I feel like the game should be easy, you know, going against a Hall of Famer like that. So it's a lot of fun.
And something that no one thought would be said this year is the Kansas City Royals are the hottest team in baseball right now, winning their last 7 games. The Cardinals, on the other hand, are still stuck in the slump. The Royals are out in Philadelphia tonight in the city of brotherly love. They look to make it 8 straight wins. So far, we are in progress in this one, and at the moment, we're tied up 3-3 in the 5th inning. Freddie Fermin is 2 for 2 with a solo home run and 2 RBIs. We have a final score update for you tonight at 10. St. Louis Cardinals are at home tonight against the Colorado Rockies. The Cards lost the series opener last night. They're now 3-7 in their last 10 games. This game's just getting underway in St. Louis with a 6:15 start time. At the moment, there's no score in the first inning, so we'll also have a final score update from that game tonight as well. The NFL Pro Football Hall of Fame takes place in Canton, Ohio, Saturday afternoon. This year's Hall of Fame class includes players like Rondé Barber, Darrelle Revis, Joe Thomas, Zach Thomas, DeMarcus Ware, Chuck Howley, Joe Klecko, Ken Riley, and Don Coryell. Those names will be forever enshrined in the pro football history. Next year's Hall of Fame class eligibles includes players like that Chiefs fans may recognize, Jamal Charles or Eric Berry. So who knows? We may see those names in Canton one day soon. That'll be it, sports. We'll be right back with more news right after this.
Well, we had quite a bit of rain last night and this morning, and it looks like we have another round of storms late tonight. So if you have the opportunity, go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, and make sure you hit the little bell, and you'll get alerted whenever we are streaming live on YouTube. And it looks like it's going to be a pretty nice week with temperatures near normal and several chances of showers and thunderstorms. So at least we don't have to deal with the 100s anymore.
I'm happy about that.
You know, we may have to deal with 100s, but also lightning strikes as well.
Yes,
yes,
true.
I don't
That's
like that. But speaking of kind of lightning strikes, so the Royals have been a lightning strike recently.
Yeah.
They are now lead the Phillies 5-3 out in Philadelphia. So we'll see if they can finish it off for their 8th straight win tonight.
Who would have thought the Royals this
right.
year?
No kidding.
Well, that is our time for now. Thanks for making us part of your night.